Lesson 310. The God who sees you, even when you feel forgotten. I am the Lord your God. Besides me, there is no other. Isaiah 45:5. These are not just words, they are a declaration from your Creator. Words that carry weight, power, and purpose. When God speaks, His words never return empty. They are meant to direct you, to guide you, to remind you that your presence on this earth is not an accident. You are here for a reason, divine, intentional, and sacred. But maybe, just maybe, you've forgotten that truth. Maybe life has worn you down. Maybe you've reached the end of yourself, a place where your heart feels empty, your faith feels thin, and your hope feels too small to hold on to. Or perhaps you're one of those who have started to doubt. You look around and wonder, is God really there? Is He really watching me? There are so many voices in the world today, ideas, opinions, philosophies, all competing for your attention. You scroll, you listen, you search for answers, and yet somehow, the more you try to make sense of life, the more confused you become. You want to believe, but doubt keeps whispering in your ear. If that's you, then this is where your mind needs renewal. This is where your heart must return to what is real. Because the truth is simple. God is real, and He sees you right where you are. You don't need to chase after every explanation, trying to reason your way into faith. You don't need to understand everything before you trust, because sometimes the moment when nothing makes sense is the exact moment when faith must meet your reality. And when it does, when your faith and reality finally collide, something changes. You begin to see life differently. You begin to realize that there's more to this existence than what your eyes can see or your hands can touch. For me, it wasn't simple either. I've had those questions, the kind that keep you up at night. I used to look around and wonder, why don't people believe in a creator? How can someone look at the sky, the oceans, the mountains, and still say, there is no God? To me, that thought was heartbreaking, because without God, what is life really about? Why waste your days chasing pleasures and possessions, knowing that in the end there's no hope, no purpose, no eternal promise? I find my joy in something far greater, in the picture of a life beyond this one. A life with no pain, no suffering, no sorrow, because I know whatever I'm facing right now, the struggles, the losses, the disappointments, they're only temporary compared to the everlasting joy that awaits in His presence. And that realization gives me peace. It gives me strength to wake up each morning and say, even if I lose everything else, I still win when I believe. That's the beauty of faith. It simplifies life. It clears the noise. When you choose to believe, you choose a path that may not always be easy, but it is always meaningful. Yet so many never take time to consider that. Maybe responsibilities took over, maybe life got too busy, too heavy, or maybe when pain hit, when loss came, your faith began to shake. You asked yourself, if God really sees me, then why did He let this happen? You started to wonder if maybe He's far away, too distant to hear your cry. Maybe you even began to think that life is just what you make it, that God exists only in the pages of a book, not in your daily reality. But friend, that perspective only leads to emptiness. It may sound strong and logical, but it robs the soul of depth. It leaves your heart dry, because a life without God is a life without meaning. And no matter what you achieve, something inside you will still feel missing. I can testify to something different. I have seen God, not just in the words written in Scripture, not only in the beauty of creation or in the rhythm of my own heartbeat, but in a deeper personal way. I've seen God in me, in the way He restores peace to my restless mind, in the way He gently corrects my heart when I'm drifting away, in the way He reminds me, I see you, I'm with you, I have not forgotten you. Even the eyes I used to see, I now realize, are part of His revelation. Because when you begin to see through God's eyes, everything changes. Your world shifts, your language changes, the way you think, the way you treat others, the way you handle pain. Everything begins to move in rhythm with His Spirit. You start to experience something the world can't give, the calm of His blessings, the peace that surpasses understanding, the quiet confidence that no storm can take away. And no, it doesn't mean your life will suddenly be perfect. You may still face struggles, unanswered prayers, seasons of waiting. You may still be chasing dreams that haven't yet come true, but deep down, you'll know you're walking in the right direction, and in His time, He will come through for you. Because faith isn't about having everything right now. Faith is trusting that God already has everything worked out. But that kind of faith, that quiet, steady, unshakable faith, requires trust. And trust is not easy. It demands surrender. It demands patience. It demands your commitment. There will be distractions that come your way, voices that tell you to give up, people who mock your belief, situations that make you doubt. You might lose focus. You might even lose hope. There will be moments when everything seems important: work, family, money, dreams, and it feels like you have no time left for God. But when you pause, when you quiet your heart, you'll hear Him whisper again, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. Take it one step at a time. You don't need to see the whole picture to walk by faith. Just trust that every small step of obedience is leading you closer to His perfect plan. God never forgets His promises. He never wastes your pain, and He never fails to see you, not even for a moment. So today, remember this: you are seen, you are loved, you are known by name. Even in your silence, even in your doubt, even in your brokenness, God is there. He saw Hagar in the wilderness when no one else did, and she called him El Roi, the God who sees me. Genesis 16:13. That same God sees you right now. He sees your tears, your prayers, your longings, your fears. He sees the battles no one else knows about, and He's not ignoring you. He's preparing you. So lift your eyes again. Let your faith rise above your understanding, and let your heart rest in this truth. You are seen by the God who never sleeps, the God who never fails, the God who sees.